I am jumping into the 18th chapter, Sarv Dharmanya Paritajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Bhaja. So can you explain this, because I think I am in wrong. And who is Krishna? Krishna means I don't know.
So, that which you take as your dharma is not your dharma. That is, drop the center of confusion, come to the center of clarity. Drop what the masses practice. All these are blind duties. Whatever has been brought to you, told to you as a measure of dharma, that is not dharma at all. Drop what the masses practice. The only paap is ignorance. The only punya is
So everyone is talking about the Gita slok. So I am jumping into the 18th chapter where he Sarv Dharmanya Paritajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Bhaja. So can you explain this, because I think I am in wrong way of.
What's the way you perceive?
So सब कुछ छोड़कर कृष्ण की शरण में चले जाओ. And who is Krishna?
Who is
Krishna means I don't know.
सब कुछ छोड़ने को नहीं है. सर्व धर्मानि परित्यज्य बोल. तो बता. मजा नहीं आता बैठने.
I'm sorry.
So, that which you take as your dharma is not your dharma, that is lok dharma. Arjun, that which you are taking as dharma is not dharma at all. All these are blind duties. Drop them. Whatever has been brought to you, told to you as a measure of dharma, that is not dharma at all. So you drop it and come to me. Where is it being stated? Right at the end. Me then means what me has expressed till the end, Bhagavad Gita. So drop all the other nonsense that you have been carrying and the nonsense that you have expressed in chapter 1. Rather, now the Gita is coming to a closure. It's the last chapter. Listen to what I have told you. Drop the center of confusion, come to the center of clarity. Drop what the masses practice. Come to the direct route of self-realization. That's what it means.
So it's with मैं तुम्हारे सारे पाप हर लूंगा. So still he is thinking
Same
that
thing.
Krishna, Arjun is not
Same
in.
thing. The only paap, when we look at our condition as the backdrop of everything, the only paap is suffering.
So my question is, after explaining the whole Gita to Arjun, so Krishna has this thing in mind that Arjun does not understand.
No, it's just that after understanding, your vocabulary doesn't change, but the words take on new meanings. So paap, what it meant in chapter 1 is not what it means in chapter 18.
So what does mean it in 18?
I just explained to you. The only paap is ignorance. The only punya is realization and therefore liberation.
Self-realization.
Yes.
Namaste, Acharya Ji.
Yes.
My question is related to the word Varn Shankar. So in the chapter...
Varn Sankar.
Varn Shankar, okay.
Sankar.
Sa. So in the chapter 1, Arjun mentioned that the word, and in the chapter 3, Krishna also mentioned the same word. So that's a different, the Krishna say or the Arjun say, or it's the same context?
Arjun has to be brought to a point. The Bhagavad Gita is a very practical document. Remember, it has not been uttered in the idyllic surroundings of a monk's ashram. Sri Krishna didn't have the luxury of time. Sri Krishna couldn't have afforded Arjun going astray, because it was not just about Arjun's illumination. The fate of an entire nation was at stake. It was not a thing personal to Arjun, his relatives, his emotions, his beliefs. Almost the entire Aryavarta was engaged in the battle. And Hastinapur happened to be one of the most important kingdoms. I'm putting the whole thing in a historical perspective. Everybody, almost everybody had assembled this side or this side. There was no neutrality. And the one who would have been the conqueror would have been the de facto supremo of India itself. And that was not a democratic system. You didn't have very powerful councils or senates to exercise control over the king or to check or mitigate the powers of the king. The king was the absolute supremo. If the king wants something, there were councils, obviously. The ministers were there and the advisors were there. But the king could have his way even against them, even in spite of them. So had Duryodhan become the king, and it said he had 100 brothers. Maybe 100 is an exaggeration. Maybe those 100 were coming from different women. It's possible. Yeah. But there were 100 kings, definitely. We also know from the narrative that Duryodhan was not very respectful of the advice given to him by the 2 or 3 people who still had retained some sanity, Bhishma, Vidur, etc. He was not listening to them. He was not even listening to his father. The consequences of Duryodhan winning that battle would have been devastating for India itself. That's why it is called Mahabharata Yuddha. It's not given any small name. It was a battle for the destiny of this nation. And Sri Krishna couldn't have afforded a defeat. Therefore, the Gita very practically tries out everything. That's why you see 18 different kind of yogas. Don't you see what is happening there? Sri Krishna is trying out everything. Everything. And in that everything are included these 3 levels of explanations. Paramarthik, Vyavaharik, Pratibhasik. So the highest level is there. But the beauty of the Gita is there. You also have the Pratibhasik level so that you can appreciate the height of the Paramarthik level. You also see where the student is standing. You don't just witness the grandeur of the teacher. You also see the compassion of the teacher because the student is just so far away. And you realize what a Herculean task it is for any teacher. The teacher is standing there, sitting atop the skies. And the student is not at all ready to leave his earthly associations and ignorance. So what is the teacher then doing?
Go to
the teacher is climbing down.
Go to that level.
The teacher, first of all, extends his arm. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The student says, no, 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 I'm all right here. This is my home. My relatives are all here. I'll not come to you. So out of his compassion, what does the teacher do? He says, fine, if you will not come up,
comes down.
I'll come down. That's where you find these verses. These verses are a tribute to the compassion of the teacher, Sri Krishna. And that's how they must be understood. But without putting them in context, we start quoting them. And that's why there is so much confusion. Yeah.
Thank you.